Hello and welcome to the season 2 of the Millennial Maa, your own podcast about the highs and lows of parenting in India. I'm Pooja.
And I'm Shruti.
And this season we will address one practical challenge moms face in each of our episodes.
We also have many other moms like us sharing stories, experiences, wins and fails about parenting.
Yes, so you know that you are not alone.
And unlike other parenting content, our podcast will be less gyan and more like a conversation between friends who happen to be mothers.
And we also know that you all are busy moms, so we would like to keep it short.
Yes, grab a cup of coffee, sit back and relax.
Perfect. So, what do you want to talk about today, Shruti?
Today we are going to talk about traveling with kids.
बहुत हो गया. I need a break now.
Yeah, break तो बनता है. Just go for a trip, na?
It is not that easy, dude. Like, to be honest, I miss those days when I could just get up, pack and leave.
I know यार आजकल बहुत planning करना पड़ता है. This reminds me of my first trip with my kid, you know. It was quite a journey. I still remember the baby sling carrier, the load of diapers, every other thing in the world. It was definitely not a break.
Absolutely. मतलब अभी तो ऐसा हो गया, it's like a chore. But tell me more, how was your first trip?
With my kid, we had gone for many road trips, like for a family function or something. But international trip, we waited till he was like 1. And the first thing that we planned for the trip was we would go only to places where we have our relatives so that we get, you know, homemade food for the baby and
Khichdi.
Yeah, khichdi and we had sufficient breaks during our trip so that, you know, we be ready for if anything goes sideways.
Absolutely.
हम लोग को समझ में नहीं आ रहा था क्या क्या prepare करना चाहिए. So we overpacked. But yeah, I don't regret it at all. सब handy आया, बीच में बीमार भी पड़ा and everything came in hand. Tell me about your trip abroad, like after having a kid.
Abroad? हम तो गए ही नहीं abroad.
What?
Yes. See, the logic was कि he's too small. He will not appreciate, will not understand what is the big.
Yeah.
He would rather appreciate simpler things like say walk in the garden
Yeah.
or a staycation at a resort nearby. Made him more happy than, you know, our notion of traveling or having fun abroad.
Yeah, actually.
And COVID भी तो हुआ था बीच में.
I know.
So that sort of took 3 years.
Yeah.
But now I'm running out of excuses.
Yeah,
I mean, traveling is great for creating memories.
Yeah.
But I think both of us are quite useless. We don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So we thought this time, let's hear from moms who are comfortable traveling.
Yeah, let's see if we can pick up a thing or two.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Sonali. I started traveling with my kid when she was about 3 months old. So my motivation to do this was because I love traveling and I did not want becoming a mother to also become a roadblock for me to live my life and enjoy my life. And of course, my daughter was a big part of my life. So wherever I went, she went. I remember that when I took my first flight from the UK to India, which was about 8 hours long, with my 3.5 months old child, all by myself, people were worried how I would do that. But somehow I managed, and I managed it pretty well. Of course, there were hiccups, and she cried for a significant amount of the time on the flight. But that's okay, because you know what? Babies cry, and people can have opinions, and they will have an opinion, and then they will forget. But it's up to you to continue to live your life with your child the way you want to. As a tip for somebody who is planning to take on the first international trip with their infant, I have a few suggestions which can help. Number 1, always ask for the bassinet or the front row seat in an aeroplane. These are reserved for parents traveling with infants. Have a baby carrier with you if possible. Children sleep best in a baby carrier. And also during takeoff and landing, feed your child if possible. It calms and soothes the baby and helps them relax, and also helps them with the change of the air pressure that happens during landing and takeoff. Other than that, every baby is different, every parent is different. So don't travel just because everybody else is asking you to do so. Travel because you want to travel. It's only this time that you will have with your child to spend together. And if you want to do it traveling with him or her, do it. And if you feel that it's not the best time, that's okay as well. Because ultimately you are the mom and you know your child the best and you know yourself the best. So go ahead and enjoy this pace of life, whether at home or while traveling. Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Sakshi. I'm a dentist by profession and a traveler and a curator for trips for moms and kids at Travel with Kids India. I started traveling with my daughter when she was as young as 3 months old. For me, travel is not just about going on a holiday, but it is actually a way of life. After having my daughter, we extensively traveled, and my biggest motivation was to show my daughter the world, to give her experiences rather than just load her with things or gifts. I truly believe that education is beyond the four walls of a school, and when you are traveling, you are learning so much on the go. If you are planning to take your first trip, start with something which is very close to your house. Like start with a weekend getaway so that it's not too much for planning. So this gives you an idea of how things are going to be. So your anxiety will also be less. Slowly move on to planning bigger holidays. I started traveling with her when she was 3 months old, and I wouldn't say that it was a very smooth journey. I still remember, you're a first time mom and you're anxious and doubting yourself. I was like, will I be able to do this? And I remember it was a very small trip. I would say that I still had my post pregnancy blues, but I think I just felt very nice being out of my house and exploring a new place. That trip taught me that travel doesn't have to be perfect. Even if things don't go right, you don't give up. And the next time when I started traveling with her, I was more confident. We did long road trips with her in Sri Lanka when she was 1 year old, and they were fabulous. So I would say that don't give up just because of one bad experience, and always trust your mom instinct. Not the world, but only you know what is the right time and what you should do as a parent and how you should travel with your child. Also, one tip that I swear by is when you travel with a child, it will always be slow travel. So don't think that you will end up ticking all the boxes. Enjoy the whole process, enjoy spending time with your child, try to be as much outdoors as you can. And if you tweak a little bit here and there, it is truly wonderful to travel with your child. Every second person wanted to tell me something that I was doing something wrong, but she was just a little uncomfortable, like all of us get uncomfortable, and then she settled pretty much. You can always listen to what people have to say, but just take in what you feel is right, because no one else, and I repeat, no one else but you know what's the best for your child. Believe in yourself. So happy travels.
Hi, I am Amee, a freelancer and a mom to 5-year-old. So traveling was always my passion, and me and my husband always wanted to travel even after having a kid. So when he was around 8 months old, we decided to take an international trip to Turkey. This was kind of the turning point where we realized he loved to travel too. So apart from a little bit of fuss, he enjoyed everything and every place. He even enjoyed the food with us. So from then on, we've taken a number of trips loaded with our heart's content. We experienced a lot of great things, but it all came with certain challenges too. Traveling first time with a kid is always intimidating, and you overthink, you overpack, and it's too much of a pressure because people around you are always telling you to not go out with a kid who is so small. But once you get started, you kind of realize that there are so many things that your child loves to do and which will help you travel more smoothly and more efficiently. One of the things I would like to tell new parents is to be prepared for uncertainty. Things won't always go as per your plan. Be adaptive and keep your mind calm. Too many things to do when you travel with a kid is going to be difficult for both you and kid to manage. Make sure that you and your husband are both on board those plans. It's not just a mom's responsibility to take care of the child. Don't be pressurized by looking at people traveling with their kids. There are some kids who don't like to travel. So take cues from your kid and then plan ahead. If as a new mom, you're going to travel alone with your kid, make sure that you are comfortable. Some people will come ahead and help you. So it's always better to ask for it. Always carry snacks, because if the tummy is full, things are always brighter. And make sure that you carry their favorite toys, so that they kind of feel at home also while they are away. So a couple of times we took a trip and we kind of over planned our trip, which was our biggest mistake that we did. End of the day, our kid was so exhausted that he didn't enjoy a couple of days after. Make sure it's a balance of what you want to do and what the kid will enjoy. Make sure you take notes on every trip that you're going and then kind of summarize it to make your travels more easier. So you make your own rules. If something is working for you, you do that. And if something is not working for you, you don't do it. So be sure of what you want and what your child wants, and it'll be a smooth ride ahead.
So that was it from all the moms. I hope you were able to take inspiration and plan that next trip. And one pro tip I would like to give you: do not scroll Instagram. Especially in the first week of January, because you will not feel good.
All the FOMO, it's just too much to handle.
Too much. Chalo. See you next time with another topic. Till then, take care. Try to travel, if nothing, just some staycation nearby. Maybe a walk in the park is also great.
Yep.
Bye.